Welcome to a lesson in Standard 5th EVS 1 here through the Virtual Training Center of the Education Department of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. This is a lesson under the Work from Home sessions, and my name, children, is Shraddha teacher, and we will be doing certain parts of EVS 1 and EVS 2 together here through the virtual class. Now children, if you remember, last time we talked about family values when we met here for a lesson in EVS 1, isn't it? Now today's lesson is going to be about rules. Now last time when we did a lesson, we saw how we should be honest at home, how we should maintain honesty when we are in a public place, how we should be disciplined, isn't it? All these things we talked about last time. Now children, when these things about honesty and about discipline, when we are asked that these things should be followed compulsorily, then they become rules. Alright, so let us talk about certain kind of rules today, that is rules in the society around us, rules of nature, and also why these rules are essential. These rules are essential so that society becomes equal and there is no injustice done to anyone in the society. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be very informative and you might learn a lot of things about rules in this particular lesson. Now children, it is my request to you that if you have your textbooks with you, you should pause this video for a second and go get your textbook and open page number 28 in your EVS 1 textbook and come to lesson number 6. That is the lesson we are doing now. Rules are for everyone. Okay, so in our country we follow democracy and all of us are supposed to be equal. So all of us are supposed to follow the same rules, and that is why the name of our lesson is Rules Are For Everyone. So now let us try and understand what the meaning of rules is and what are these rules which are going to be same for everyone. Okay, so let us start by understanding what rules are. So rules are a set of instructions about what you can do and what you can't do. So there are certain things that you are allowed to do and there are certain things that you are not allowed to do. So it is a list of the rights and the wrongs. Okay, so if you can do something, it means it is a rule which supports you. For example, you can go out in the open during the mornings and you can take a walk. Okay, you can take medicines if you are not feeling well. You can't. Now you can't means you cannot do certain things. For example, you cannot get up in the middle of the night at 12 o'clock and play loud music in your area. You can't. The rule doesn't allow you to do that. Why? Because it may cause disturbance to the others. So children, there are a set of instructions about what you can do and what you cannot do. And these set of instructions are nothing but the rules that we follow. Okay, now these rules are of different nature. For example, we have traffic rules. When you go on the road, okay, you will see these kind of signals and you will see the traffic policeman instructing you to stop, to go, isn't it? So these are all traffic rules, rules regarding how you should behave when you are out on the roads. These are traffic rules. Okay, and traffic rules and safety rules are observed in India. For example, when there is a hospital, there you should not honk, that is, you should not make too much noise by blowing your horn. Alright, there are certain places where you should not drive or you should not ride above the speed of 50. Full speed you cannot drive in certain places, isn't it? And when there are very big vehicles, you have to maintain a distance of 10 meters from them. So there are many different traffic rules and traffic, you can say, signals in India, which you have to follow. Okay, so for your understanding, we took this as an example. So just like there are rules in traffic, there are rules in other areas of our life as well. And children, these traffic rules have to be followed whether you are riding a motorbike or whether you are simply crossing the road with your family. When you're walking on your feet and you're crossing the road, you have to observe these traffic rules. Whether you're driving a motor car, you have to observe these traffic rules. That means these set of traffic rules are the same for everyone. So there is no one who can say that, no, I am in a car, so I will not follow the rule. Or someone else will say, no, I am to walking, I am not even riding a bike, or I am not even driving a car, so I will not follow the rule. No, that is not allowed. So whenever you are on the road, whether you're crossing the road on foot or whether you're driving, whether you're riding, you all have to follow these traffic rules. Okay, so these traffic rules I have taken just as an example to tell you what rules are and how it is applicable to everyone. So when you follow these safety rules, why are these rules made? Why should we follow these rules? Because if you follow these safety rules, accidents won't happen. So see what is written here: follow safety rules or accidents will follow you. So if you follow these safety rules, you will be able to be safe on the roads. Okay, but for this, all of us have to ensure that all of us follow these safety rules. Alright, so this was about the traffic rules and how we should all follow them. Similarly, there are many rules not only for the traffic but also for your classroom. When you go to school and when you are inside the four walls of your classroom, there also there are many rules that you should follow, isn't it? For example, you should not trouble your neighbor, the person sitting next to you. You should not make noise in the class. If you want to ask a doubt to your teacher, you should raise your hand and then ask the doubt. You should wear your uniform and you should come neatly to school. So see, there are so many rules as far as your classroom is concerned. In the same way, now you have other places also in your school, isn't it? Not only the classroom, the school has got many other places also. So there are some rules for the school also. That is, as soon as you enter your school premises, as soon as you enter your school compound, there are certain rules that you should follow. So whether you are in a classroom or whether you are in a hallway. Now what is the hallway? In some schools there is a very big hall in which functions happen, isn't it? There are dance programs, and there sometimes when people from outside come, they sit in the hall and they talk to you. Sometimes there are some kind of passages also, staircases. So wherever you are in the school, when you are having your tiffin, okay, in some schools there are canteens, in some other schools there are no canteens, but then during the lunch break there are certain rules that you should follow. If you are coming to school by bus, then you should follow the rules of the school bus. If you're coming to school by auto rickshaw, or if your papa drops you to school, even then you will have to follow certain rules, isn't it, as to what time you will come, what time your papa should come to pick you up. And a very important place where we should follow rules in the school is when we are on our playground. Here we feel that we are free, that we have come here to play and we can do whatever we please. But that is not the case, because here on the playground also there are a set of rules that we are supposed to follow. Alright, so that means there are rules around us everywhere. Whether you are on the road, whether you are in your classroom, whether you are in the school. And one fine day if you go to a garden, okay, you feel that no, I want to go and relax in a garden. Remember, even in the garden there are rules. So you have to walk on the paths. We cannot make the garden dirty, so you take a packet of peppy with you, or you take a packet of chips with you and you eat it. You cannot throw the packet there inside the garden. Alright, you have to put it in the dustbin. You cannot damage anything in the garden. You will see many swings, you will see many slides where children play. So you are supposed to enjoy them and you are not supposed to damage them. Alright? You're supposed to share. Now if you have a jhula, if you have a swing which is in your house, then that is for yourself. But when you go to the garden and there you use the swing or the jhula there, that is for all the children who are coming to the garden, isn't it? So you should share and you should play nicely. And we should also not make too much noise when you're going to the garden. If you're going with your teacher, you should listen to your teacher. If you're going with your parents, you should listen to your parents. So there are rules even when we go to relax in the garden. Alright? So if you follow all these rules, children, imagine how good our lives will become, how peaceful our lives will become, and how organized our lives will become. Alright? Now rules of society, children, we learnt about so many rules now. We learned about traffic rules, rules in the garden, rules in the school, rules in the classroom. All these are rules of society. How you should live in society. Okay? Now these rules of society can change from time to time. Let us see how. See, a very recent change has happened now. Because of COVID, there is this rule now that whenever you are stepping out, you should always cover your face with a mask. Isn't it? This was not a rule before the corona situation. After the corona disease now has spread, now this is a rule that the government has made. And if you do not follow this rule, you can be punished. Okay, they can charge a fine or they can scold you. So now this is a rule. This rule was not there before, but now it is there. That means the rule of the society, it can keep changing. Okay, let us look at one more rule which has come up very newly now. The rule of social distancing. That is, you are supposed to stand far away from each other. When you are out in the open, you should try and maintain distance between you and another person. So previously we used to all sit together, we used to touch each other, isn't it? We used to eat from one plate and we used to have fun. But now, at least till the corona disease is there, this is not going to be possible. So these are the new rules of the society. That means rules of the society can change, isn't it? So this is one nice example that we have seen now about how rules in the society can change. Alright? Now just like there are rules in society, children, there are certain laws of nature also. Nature means our surrounding. Now these laws of nature, they do not change like the rules in the society. So you can see the rules in the society undergo a lot of change. But the laws of nature, they will not and they cannot be changed by us. So which are the laws of nature? See, sunrise and sunset. So the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This happens regularly each day, day in, day out. Every day you can see the sun rising and then in the evening the sun setting. So this is a rule or a law of nature which cannot change, which you and me cannot change. Alright, so there are certain laws which are laws of nature or rules of nature which we cannot change. For example, the high tide and the low tide. Sometimes when you go on the beach, you will see that the water comes up to you. There is a lot of water you feel in the sea, isn't it? Some other days you will see that the water has gone deep into the sea. So you have high tide and you have low tide which happens regularly. Can you change this? Not at all. Okay, so there are certain laws of nature which as human beings we cannot change. Let's see one more law of nature, law of gravity. So anything which falls from top will go towards the earth. If you throw a ball in the sky, the ball goes up, 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 and then it starts coming down, 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 down. So that is due to the law of gravity. Can you change it? No. Okay. So there are certain laws of nature that you cannot change. Now these were just some small examples that we saw about sunrise, sunset, high tide, low tide, gravity, etc. There are many more laws of nature like this that we cannot change. For now, you will let us talk some more about the social laws or the laws in society. So India was under the British rule for a long period of time, and we became independent in the year 1947. Now before independence, the rules and laws in India were different, and after independence it became different. So when India became independent, you could vote only if you were 21 years of age. But now if you're 18 years of age, you can cast your vote. Alright? So these are how laws in the society can change, but laws in nature cannot change at all. Now why are these rules or laws made? So rules are made to ensure that the first thing, there is equality in society. Okay, so if everyone in society has to be equal, then there have to be rules or laws in the society. The next reason why rules are made is that there should be no injustice in society. So there should be nothing wrong which happens to someone in the society. So these are the reasons why rules or laws are made in the society. Let us look at some examples now here. See, now this is there in your textbook that boys and girls or men and women are equal. So how will they become equal? Unless and until we have rules and laws, isn't it? So we have a very important law here, that is the right to education. Now according to this act, all children, whether they are boys, whether they are girls, they should be sent to school and they should be provided free education. Okay, so because of such rules, because of such laws, we can see to it that boys and girls or men and women will become equal, and also they will be treated equally. That is, they should be given the same kind of food, they should be given the same kind of nourishment, they should be given the same kind of treatment also. See here, now in this particular picture that you see, the girl has been given so much less to eat, isn't it? And look at the boy, he's eating so much. So should this happen? No. This should not happen, and boys and girls should be treated equally. Now some people, they are treating their sons and daughters equally, but for those who do not treat their sons and daughters equally, then there are the rules of the society. Okay children, so our 15-minute time limit we have, I think, exhausted. There are some more points in this lesson, so if we get another chance to do this lesson, we will try and complete the remaining part of the lesson as well. So hope you understood what rules are and why these rules are necessary for us, and why we should follow the rules in order to lead a better life in society. Okay, so that is all for today from the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika, and this is your Shraddha teacher saying goodbye to you.